Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Greetings and salute to all my brothers and sisters out there. We want to say peace and love and happiness to you all. So glad to be here today. So glad to be here. Yes. Yes. So glad. We got an awesome show. We got an awesome show tonight. Are you raising heaven or are you raising hell? And many people don't realize they are the cause of their failures and success. And we have to get back in harmony with the universe, with the divine mind, because we have the capability. I don't know how much I can stress that. We have the capability to get back in line and get back in harmony and live abundant in a good life. That's the whole purpose of life, to live abundantly. The biblical text put us in a garden where everything was took care of, everything was under our feet. We had everything. Okay, so that is the purpose of life down here, but we have got off track, out of harmony. And when we get in a tangent and get off of harmony, we find ourselves uh, living below our standards. Let me say that again. We living below our standards. And so we got to go back and find out what happened and correct it. And we can do it. We have the power. We have the capability. If you have a mind, you got the power to change your life. And God is willing and ready for you to change your life. Really, for real. But see, we don't know the cosmic law of mind. Okay. That's what the Virgo here for. I'm here to tell you about the cosmic law of mind. And once you grasp it and start reading and studying for yourself, then you will understand what's the importance of the mind. The mind is just not something docile that you don't use. It's a usable tool that we have, and we got to learn how to use it, because unconsciously we use it every day in the wrong way. In the wrong way. And today, that's why the lesson or the lecture is going to be on raising heaven or you raising hell. And we can transform by the renewing of our mind. And that's what we got to do. There's no other way. You ain't going to turn no bricks into bread. You ain't going to do it. You got to change your mind. And if you're willing, God is able. So we have to understand these principles. And this is what baffled me. And I always ask this question: why did it take us so long to get to this point? That's what I can't understand. But the answer will reveal itself, because it's here now. And that's the best thing we can have for ourselves, because we're going to need it. We're going to need to renew our mind, because it's here for us. It's here for us. Let's go on into the lecture, because it's beautiful today. We got a beautiful thing. Nothing will be found in the world that is not first found in yourselves. As Emerson says, that only which we have within can we see without. If we meet no gods, It is because we harbor none. We find in people the qualities that our own prevailing characteristics call forth. Now, look, check this out. What he's saying, what you see out here, you got to have it in here, inside your divine mind. You got to have it in here by using your imagination, by using all the tools, your consciousness, your subconscious, your imagination, the superconscious. All of these things is here for us. That's why they say watch and pray, because we have the faculties of creation. We got all the faculties of creation within us, but we got to learn how to use them. And if we don't learn how to use them, somebody else gonna use them for us. And now here's the thing. The question is, are you raising heaven or are you raising hell? This is something you got to ask yourself. Look at your life. Look at your circumstances. Is it heaven or hell? And then ask yourself, what is the cause of me not being wealthy, healthy, and success? And then you're going to go right back to the mind. And I'm going to show you why it starts in the mind. Because everything in this universe, he just said it, everything is found in this world is first found in ourselves. If you want a better house, you got to find it in yourself. If you want a better car, better job, better lover, better whatever, you got to find it within yourself. If you don't have it within yourself, you ain't going to have it outside yourself. This is the cosmic law. Listen, just like going 100 miles on the 55, this is the cosmic law. You can get in trouble if you don't use this law right. That's why I'm doing this, because we got to understand that this law is so important to the cosmology, to all of us. If one get it right, we feel better. And people won't believe that. But if one person use their mind in the right way, it affects the whole cosmology. That's how powerful we is. And that's how connected we are. So the thing is, we misusing it. Instead of raising heaven, we're raising hell. And one thing we got to remember that what we are, your brothers and sisters, your co-worker, your boss, your everybody is the same thing. The same thing. Look what it say. God, the mind of the universe, composes of archetypes, ideals, life, love, wisdom, substance, truth, power, peace, and so on, so forth. Being is omnipresent, omnipotent, omnipotent. It is the fullness of God, the all good. The all good. And why I'm emphasizing that is because we have to realize that is one of the things we do wrong. Okay? We are doing this wrong, and we got to repent from that. If God say, I am all good mean everything, the total. In Spanish, you say total. It's total. It's ain't nothing left out. All good. Okay, so if you out of harmony with the all good because of your thinking, your speaking, then guess what? You can get back in harmony if you change your thinking and your speaking. It's just that simple. And we have to learn how to do this because it's here for us. If we want to live a good life of health, wealth, and success, instant, we can do it. We have the capability of doing it because the cosmic law is written within us. Let me show you. I'm going to show you prime example. And it's so, see, this is so simple today that they're gonna make people say, "Oh my God, this is simple today." Let's go here. Now I'm finna show you something. How we miss our blessing because we don't know the universe and we don't know ourselves. We miss it. Okay, let me show you this. And this gonna make you wonder. I like to show y'all things that is gonna trigger something in your brain and in your subconscious mind.
You've seen me use black carbon paper to transfer designs, but did you know that there is white carbon paper to transfer designs onto a dark background? Check this out.
This is a record from...
You've seen me use black carbon paper to transfer designs, but did you know that there is white carbon paper to transfer designs onto a dark background? Check this out.
I did that 2 times so you can see what it's doing. Now I want to show you how the imagination works, how you can use your imagination. Now I want you to imagine that carbon paper is you. Okay? The writer is God. Okay? He said, "I will write my laws in your heart and in your mind." He writing on there, and you the carbon paper, and the phone is the earth. Okay. Let's play with it now. Look at what it's doing. God is writing the script. Okay. You the carbon paper, so your mind and God mind connected. And as you think and be rejoiceful, it goes forth out into the earth. This is how the universe works. This is how spirituality works. This is the mind, the law in the universe that we have to use. If you don't use it, somebody else gonna use your mind, and you're gonna have a 95. And that's the game. Because you're not using your creativity to create a life and be a creative force by the principle of the universe. This is fundamental principle. So when you are arguing and frustrated and all of this bitterness going on, it's creating. It's creating. We're going to get to that. It's creating. Your subconscious has no respectable person. It has no filter. If the image hit that subconscious mind, the superconscious is going to get it, and it's going to be powered, and it's going to be placed in the substance, and then the substance is going to send it back to you. It's going to send it back to you. And that's what we got to be careful of. That's why we can't say certain things, think certain things, especially negative about our own self and about anybody, because God say everything is good, the all good. Let's go back to the all good. Everything is good. The all good say everything is good. Every situation, circumstances, he gave you power over these things. And when you neglect to use your power of the mind, that's why he say, I didn't give you no spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And when you get that in your heart, then you're gonna realize, what the world I've been living like this for. It's a better way. And if you go with the flow of the universe, you're going to live a better way. The flow of the universe say you must use your mind. It's law. It's law. And if you don't use your mind the right way, you shall suffer. And I'm here to tell you that the all mind, the divine mind, is the way we have to use our mind. Whatever choice you make, that's the thing. When you making choices, whatever you choose today, that is, and if especially if you do it with conviction and say, I'm gonna do this today and I'm gonna have this today. When you do it with conviction, boy, it's going right to that memory of your image, your imagination. And once it get in there, ain't no turning back. It's going to that subconscious mind. And that's the game. You don't play this game on this physical realm. You can't win. It's played in a spiritual place. Listen, subconscious mind, your imagination, the superconscious mind, the conscious mind, they ain't no different minds. They all one mind. Okay. They ain't all different minds. They all one, but they just different sections. And the universe sided up where God answer all prayers, the good and the bad. I reign on the just as well as the unjust. So if you speaking the wrong things, then guess what? You thinking the wrong things. And if you thinking the wrong things, it's going to the subconscious mind and you're going to get what you don't want. Why not make a conscious choice and get the things that you want? Let's go. Let's go back to divine mind. Because we got to change the way we look at it. Because if you keep raising hell, you're going to miss your blessings. Being personal and impersonal. See what I'm saying? Nature of being is not only impersonal principle as far as it is inherent and undeviating laws or concern, but also personal as far as its relationship to each of us is concerned. We as individual do actually become a focus of universal spirit. Now listen what it say. Being, the law of growth and being, exists under two phases. Invisible and visible. Abstract and concrete. The visible comes forth from the invisible. And this coming forth is always according to universal method of growth. from minute to generative centers, from form from center to circumvent, is the plan of procedure throughout the universe to study form alone and to expect to learn from it and its evolutions. The secret of existence does not enable ones to catch the sight of spirit moving upon every generating center. And that's the game. See, we want to play on the lower realm of thinking when the universe has said this is how it goes, this is order: mind over body, mind over matter, mind over car, mind over house, mind over everything is mind first. Man is mind. We put in our orders, and the producer, this mechanism in our mind, is producing everything we put the order in. If you make a conscious decision to be, do, or have something, guess what? You put that order in, then it goes in. Okay? If you do not use the mind and do things on an unconscious level, then weeds, tears, anything, all them seeds of nothingness or something that gonna hurt you start going in there. But this is more for productivity, to manifest, to live an abundant life, to be a creator like you was designed to create heaven, to raise heaven and not hell. And we're going to get to the hell part. But I want to show you what is taking place in your life. Let's go to the scripture. Did I have it? Okay, that's it right here. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, we got a little road to go on this one. Now listen to it. He say, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall complete that which I please, and it shall prosper in the things whereto I send it. It's telling you that you have the power of life and death in your tongue, and what you think, if it's wrong and you start speaking on it, you're going to get death coming back. If you speak on it and you got righteousness rolling in your mind, guess what? It's going to come back and you're going to prosper, and it's going to do exactly. Either way, it's just like this. If you thinking wrong, it's going to come back to you. If you're thinking right, it's going to come back to you. This is how the universe is set up. And we, by us being creators and one with God, we have the creator capacity or faculties within us to create anything that we desire on this planet. But we lost sight of this knowledge, all the book burnings and all the master teachers and all these things throughout the years. They hid all these things, which is good, because rediscovery is more exciting. It's like an exciting time for me to rediscover all these things, and it's just a beautiful thing to me. But everything is good. We got to know that. Listen, let me stop right there and just break this down. If God says everything is good, then that's what it is. And we got to understand how this universe work, and if we understand this universal principle, the law of mind, and understand how it affects us individually as well as collectively, then we will stop saying and stop thinking certain things, because we know we are in violation to the law. Because once you violate the law, you're going to get what you want. You're going to get exactly what you want. When you violate this universal cosmic law of mind by not calling everything good, every situation good, every circumstance good, everything that you call, there's no division. Let me show you how it works. If you take this ruler, okay, one side is good, one side we call it bad, but it's on the same spectrum, okay? And when something happens, you start leaning to the right, you start leaning, then you mad, you study mad, you get mad, you eat everything, just start mad. All of this stuff is coming because what? You harden your heart. If it's called polarity, that's the cosmic law as well. So if you wreck your car today and you get mad, your old lady left, you get madder, all these things start bothering, and you cussing and fussing, you mad, and you steady shooting this energy and these memories and thoughts into the subconscious mind, your life gonna go start going like this. But if you stay in the neutral, okay, of this, you stay neutral in everything, you wreck your car. It's okay. I get another one. Thank God for that. Okay. You like your old lady left. Oh, that's okay. I love her and I hope she have a good life. Your house burned down. Well, that's okay. I got insurance. Everything is good. You stay in harmony, because the wheels of the universe does not just bring good. It want to keep rolling. It want to keep creating. And once you say something ain't good, now the wheel is stuck in your life on bad. And then once it start just dropping the hammer on you, then you saying, "What, Lord, why you don't answer my prayers?" Because you don't understand the law of mind. You don't understand the law of balance. You don't understand the law of creativity. And you don't understand your role in all of this. Now you're condemning your own self. And these are the things what the mastermind Jesus was trying to teach. These cosmic laws that's already in effect. You can't stop them. You can't stop God. You got to either get ran over or go with it. And that's how it works, man. But if you use the law properly and divinely, then you will walk in a divine way. And everything will be easy. Everything will be happy. Why? Because you speaking the truth. When you speak the truth, can't nothing, it will not anything get in your way. It won't get in your way. You in the flow. When you in the flow, the cosmic flow of the universe, you onto something. I'm telling you. And what you want to do is raise heaven. Don't you want a heaven a heavenly life. So speak what God told you to speak. If he say all good, then everything good, everybody good. Every situation you face yourself on is a good situation, because right behind that is going to be something easier, going to be something in these steps. That's why they call it Jacob ladder. But if you condemn yourself and say, man, this always messed up, this always happened to me, I can't never get ahead all life, now boy, you just convict your own self. You just judge your own self. And when you judge your own self, it goes into the subconscious mind. And guess what? Now all what behind that judgment is coming to you. And we must get away from that. We must change our mind by the renewing of our mind. And I'm going to show you. Here we go. Let me show you this. This thing is deep and it's real. It's so real. It's just amazing. It's just amazing how beautiful and poetically. See, God is a creator and he's an artist. God is an artist, man. He bring this thing in art form so we can understand, because we are creators and artists too. He talked to us in
Here is water memory. You can do this experiment yourself just by showing an image to water for around 30 seconds and then freezing the water, and you will see a reflection of the image you showed it. This proves that water holds memory. It has consciousness. What you're seeing here is water memory. You can do this experiment yourself just by showing an image to water for around 30 seconds and then freezing the water, and you will see a reflection of the image you showed it. This proves that water holds memory. It has consciousness.
Now you see that memory, the water holds memory. Once you show it something, it get froze, and then you put the water in the refrigerator and freeze it. Then the image that you put in there now is on the ice, right? That is the same way your thoughts, your words is and ideals is embedded in the divine substance. Whatever you say, do, think is seen by the substance, and then it is frozen because it's coming right back to you. So if you got good things flowing in your head, good thoughts flowing in your head, good ideals, divine ideals, and just ideals of success, wealth, and happiness, and all these things, it is coming back to you. This is how the universe works. But if you raising hell, don't have no ideals going, and if there is ideals, it's not creative, they're not of good nature and good standards, and all of these things gonna come to you if you speaking into your life negative things, and or you judging other people. That's a dangerous thing. When you start speaking on other people, that is what this is all about. This is where you raise hell at. When you start speaking on other people, like, for example, the rich people. If you condemn the rich people, you will never be rich. If you condemn people that look better than you, you will not change your looks. If you condemn people that speak better than you will never speak good. Anything that you condemn, downhill is condemned in heaven within you. So what I'm saying is we have to watch how we hold our mouth on people, how we judge people, how we judge situations and circumstances. We got to understand the way to stay neutral from the wheel that within the wheel is to stay neutral and say what God told us to say. It is good. It is good. And it's wonderful. It's beautiful. Now, what you just did, shot that into the substance, and the substance is going to bring you all that beauty back, all that goodness back. And that's how this is work. Once you understand these principles of the universe, your life gonna change. And yeah, you're gonna get tested, but guess what? Call it good. Call it all joy. Count it all joy. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. If you just think about what I'm telling you. If you use your rationale, we're gonna allow you to use your rationale right now. If you call everything good, okay, and everything that is what you calling good, the equivalent is coming back to you in your life. You just use the law, the cosmic law of the mind in your favor. Let me say that again. If you call everything good in the universe like God said it is, then you are following protocol of the principle of the universe and everything coming back to you in a good and divine and wealthy and healthy success fashion. Because God said it is good. So it is that. And that principle he uses, it uses that. It ain't gonna tell you nothing that ain't nobody else uses. Let me show you why condemning is not a good thing. It's not a good thing to practice. You know, and I know we're supposed to call all things good, but here's what I'm telling you about calling it all good. That this understanding that all is good and that is what you proclaim by divine law, that all is good. You won't even be in the realm of condemning because you're going to see beautiful people. You're going to be seeing beautiful places, beautiful smells, beautiful everything. Everything is going to be beautiful to you because once you continue to practice that, it becomes a part of you. And once it becomes a part of you, it's like a nature or first nature or second nature, whatever it becomes, then your divine alignment is so beautiful and so prosperous, you ain't gonna want to walk back into that thinking because it's very dangerous. Look what it's saying. Metaphysical meaning of condemnation. Condemnation, dangerous, according to Webster. Condemnation, condemn means to pronounce to be wrong. There is always a cause for every mental tangent, and that which would kill the sense man, root and branch, has its point of departure from the line of harmony in the thoughts of condemnation in John the Baptist. It seems a virtue in that he condemned his own error, but this led to his condemnation of Herod, through which action he lost his life. We are to learn from this that condemnation is a dangerous practice. It's a dangerous practice. When you walking around and condemning everybody and everything, you it's like a karmatic effect. Karma is coming right back to you. The universal law said everything is good. So then, if everything is good, we need to practice and realign ourselves mentally to see, speak, and think like God. And when we do that, we in harmony. Tangent mean in trigonometry that when you go off course, like two lines were going and one veer off, when they use it in a circle, you out of place, out of line. And they use it in geometry as well. But tangent is what we do. We go off on a tangent on people, on things, on circumstances, on situation, on the way we live. And these tangents is recorded and by the subconscious, given to the superconscious, and placed in the divine substance, sent back to you. And now you wondering why in the hell you just raised hell. If you just raise hell about a thing, you are divinely connected cosmetically all over this universe. It's coming back. And when you don't understand these things, the magic mirror has no respectable person. If you put in that order of raising hell, you're going to get that hell coming back. And you trying to figure out why I can't sleep at night because you're a hell raiser. That's why you can't. See, when you raise heaven, you humble because you understand if I don't love, if I don't humble myself to this situation, it's going to be some cosmic karma come back. And when it comes back, do I want to pay the price? These are the things that you got to sit down. And that's why I call this Meditation Sunday. So you can think. You got to slow down and see and look at your life and look at your body, look at your circumstances, situations these are things that you thought into existence. If you got a hell raising life, then you caused that by the way you think. And if you got a heavenly life, peace in mind, guess what? You causing that too. But the subconscious and the superconscious has no filter. Once it go past the imagination, boy, is game over. And the only way you can stop it is by repenting before. And what repenting mean? Change your mind. That's all it is. Repent means just change your mind. Listen, if you find yourself in to raise some hell with somebody and say some words that might offend them, guess what you need to say? Wait, hold up, stop. Listen, I ain't even gonna say that. I apologize, and God bless you. I'm gonna move on out of this conversation. Now, when you get by yourself or even with people, guess what? Father, that what I was finna say cancel that out. That what I was thinking, that what I seen in my mind, cancel that out. And I know that they was good people, beautiful souls, and I knew we had a little situation, but I loved them, and God forgive me. They are wonderful, and all these things. You say the opposite of what you finna say to them. That's just that simple. But if you don't repent, it's gonna get sent. And if it gets sent, it's coming back to you. And that's what the problem is. We don't understand our mind. We don't understand the connection to the cosmos. And we don't understand that what we say, because man is mind, what we think is going to get done. It's going to get done. I don't care what nobody else tell you. You just sit down, and if you think the Virgo line, sit down and look at some stuff that you put your heart and mind into, and it came to pass. And look at some stuff that you didn't even think about, and it came to pass. That's how we work, man. We work on a level of divinity, because we one with divine. And everybody that's on this planet that's got a mind can renew it, and we can stop raising hell and start raising heaven. We can do it. So can. Let me see what this one is. This was, shall confess with their mouth. Okay, yeah. See, listen. When we move through this cosmos, we are creators. We are creators, and in long as you think you're not creating, I ain't saying it's okay, but I'm saying something is creating in your mechanism, in your personal life. If you're not controlling it consciously, something else is. And all you got to do is just make the decision to control it for yourself. But you got to learn that what you say to people, what you say about things, what you say, because God is everything. When you talking to a person, you talking to God. When you talking to a tree, cussing out something, everything you say, you talking to God. That's why they say work and serve as you serving to God, because you is serving to God. Everything is God. We God. Everything down here. We are one divinity. All right, let's go to this. That if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus, and shalt believe in thine heart that God has risen him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. For with the heart man believe unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made on to salvation. For the scriptures said, whosoever believe on him shall not be ashamed. And this is what the deal is. I want to point this out right here. For with the heart man believes unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made on to salvation. And I want to tell you this. You can either condemn yourself, or you can have salvation and set yourself free. It's your choice. See, what you don't realize, our choice have been took from us until now, this hour, okay? This hour, that we in now is we can take our choice back. We can take our dominion back because we know and have and understand the information that is coming to us now. You see? So when we understand these things, it's time to get to work. It's time to get our mind together and get to work because it's up to us. It's up to us. So when you are judging people, you are judging yourself because this spirit is everywhere, in everything, is everything, and all power. So when you speak evil or speak negative or ignorantly about somebody and y'all raising hell back and forth, both parties, if they don't repent, then guess what? It's going into the ether. And if you keep doing it, and if you keep doing it without repenting and canceling it out, your life gonna be a mess. In the Jesus, the I am, the self is resurrected from the dead so you can get set free from that. Then he said, be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. Well, guess what? It's telling you that heaven is within. So by you browsing, hushing your mouth and slowing the thought process down on thinking that it's an evil when everything is good, and what the so-called evil is part of the wheel of life. Once you get that, man, I'm telling you, free. Once you can get that the wheel of life got a wheel within a wheel. And that wheel within a wheel has a portion on there, just like the yin yang. It has a portion that it's a season and it's a time that things gonna look different, or what we call bad. And then it's gonna be a time where it's good. Well, if you learn when that time is looking bad, to rejoice and count it good and call it all joy and represent what God said you did, then guess what? It's going to quickly shift. But as long as you call it bad, you stuck because you out of order, you out of harmony. Soon as you go back and say, man, it was good. It was good. I wrecked my car, man. It's all right. I walked away from it. God bless me. Everything was good. And my family was okay. And everybody happy. And thank God. Guess what? I got a new Bentley convertible. Thank God for it, man. I ain't want to wreck my car, but guess what? It's over. I got me a Bentley convertible now, and I appreciate God. God is always elevating. See, we don't know what is in store, how it gonna happen. That ain't your worry. That is not your concern. How it gonna happen. You just gotta rejoice when it happened, because you don't know how the millions gonna come in your life. And the Spirit told me to say it's gonna be millionaires that catch what I'm saying come from this. It's gonna be millionaires. And when they come and understand and grow in this knowledge of taking care of the spirit and understanding the spirit first, you're going to grow into a millionaire. I don't know who that for, but it was on me all day long. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. See, you can't judge people. You can't do it. You got to get away from it. Listen what it's saying. Judge not that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. See, here's why you shouldn't judge nothing. And if you do, call it good. Now that's good they doing that. Why it shouldn't be that way? Because of the law of mind. And the subconscious don't have a filter. And when you judging somebody and you're not using the right way of doing it, you imprinting that into the divine substance, and you're gonna get exactly what you was judging them for. And that's what you got to learn. We all got to learn that. We all got to walk in the light and not walk in the darkness of ignorance, because that thing is deep. So that helps you realize to hush your mouth about people. Stop thinking negative about people. Stop condemning people and making them feel a kind of way. And this is what we have to do, because we one unit anyway. And we finna go there. See, we one unit anyway. And once you realize this, you'll stop all that raising hell and you'll raise heaven. See, it say a sweet word is like a honeycomb to the mouth. When you speak kind to people and ask them how they doing and things okay, they need any help, and you showing love, what you doing is showing honor. And when you show honor to them, you showing honor to yourself. Everything you do come back to you. And unless you repent and change your mind about it and cancel it out, and you got to do it. Now, if you willing to go through the whatever, then keep going. But I'm telling you, done nothing. See, that I used to think people get away with things. I thought that I did. That was wrong thinking. That was wrong thinking. All things is good, but karma gonna come back to people if they're not careful. You got to love everybody. You got to love everything, because everything is God. And when you out of order, it ain't really to hurt you, but it's just to show you that you out of order. Get back in harmony. And once you get back in harmony, then you start flowing again. God don't want you out there. He wants you in the neutral zone. Because if you jump to the right, it's a wheel over there. If you jump to the left, it's a wheel over there. And it's all going that way. Telling you to be in the vortex and let these wheels lead you, okay? And you just stay in the neutral zone and enjoy the ride, enjoy the roller coaster. But once you step out of harmony and raising hell over here and condemning things over here, you just throwing disharmony. Now you getting ran over by the wheel. And we can change our mind to speak things, to be grateful, to be humble, to be joyful. We can do it. We can do it. I don't care what nobody say. If we didn't have the power, the love, and the sound mind, then I say that'd be nearly impossible. But people thinking that it's impossible to change, it's not impossible to change. You got to ask for the truth. You got to ask for the truth. It's many people from decades ago is on YouTube, on Rumble, on all these platforms, on Twitter, on TikTok. People are telling you similar things that I'm telling you, that the way to health, wealth, and success is to renew your mind, to divine mind. And that's the way it goes. And once you do that, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel better. When you feel better, you can do better. Okay. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and their contentions are like the bars of a castle. Man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his what? Mouth. And with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. But look at him. That right there sums up the whole entire Bible right there, man. Because we know we under the law of creation. Why? Because God said, let there be light. He spoke, it spoke into the divine substance. So it's telling us, if you want to live good and eat good and speak the right things into the substance, then the right things will come to you. Use the principle of the cosmic law of mind and use this thing and use it right. You will be successful, healthy, prosperous in all your ways. And then you're going to commune with God one-on-one, baby. I'm telling you, this is how it goes. And the only thing you can do is do the right thing. Don't go against the grain. And every day is a Sabbath. So you ain't listen. You got a Bible, you got dictionaries, you got computers, you got any and everything to study and rejoice every day long, all day long. Because God is with you every day. The presence of God is with you every day, filling you every day, flowing through you every day, all times, at all times. Every empty vessel in you, God is filling that. The presence is already there. You just got to get the truth in you. And once you get the truth in you, then you'll start seeing, guess what? Man, we've been thinking all the way wrong. And I'm telling you, this is the way it goes. This is the divine way. And that thing is beautiful. Let me tell you something. When you start renewing your mind and changing your mind back to divine thinking or righteous thinking, that is one of the things that I wish. No, I'm grateful. It was all good. All my experiences was all good and still is all good. And I thank God for them. Let's move on. I ain't wishing on nothing. All right. Verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever ye shall loose on earth shall be loose in heaven. Simple. It's just simple. And that's the what we call karma. And it's telling you just that quick and easy that you can condemn things right here within yourself, and it's going to be condemned outside of you. And you can do it consciously or you can do it unconsciously. And in either way, if you're not using and doing the right, using in the right way, it's going to come back and affect you in the wrong way. And you can't get around it. And then you're going to be like, what? How could I live? Well, you got to change what you're thinking, and you got to change how you feel about people, your modes about people, your things about your situations. You got to change because you got dominion over all of that. It's saying to master the mind. That's why metaphysics, we call Jesus mastermind. We call him that. Muhammad, all them folks, mastermind, they mastered the mind. Haru. It was a lady called Ma'at. She gave the negative 42 confessions to master the mind. Polarity. The only, listen, it ain't but one God, okay? And God is everything. And if you're not in harmony by the mind with that, then you're going against that. And if you're going against that, you're going to have to reap what you sow. So why not learn how to use the faculty and then go with the flow and live a healthy, wealthy, successful life? It's just that simple. We can do it. We have dominion. That's why he said, Moses, I have made you God over Pharaoh. Well, what Pharaoh mean? Darkness, ignorance. I have made you God. We are God over our situations. We got to learn this. And the only way you're going to be God over your situations and not condemn yourself and raise hell and have salvation and raise heaven, you got to stay neutral and know how to use this faculty we call mind. Because that's all you are. So yeah. Now, I'm finna show you that what I teach and what I lecture on is not far-fetched. I just caught on to it because I was blessed and fortunate to speak on it. And I want y'all to have, I want for y'all what I have for myself. Peace of mind, bro. Here you go. Now listen.
In your subconscious mind, through repetition, it'll take root. It becomes fixed.
We now know from quantum physics that everything that we perceive is actually a thought that creates it and brings it into being.
A lot of people think about their goals all the time, and surprise, surprise, they create wonderful lives for themselves. Average people think about television and sports and socializing, and surprise, surprise.
See, most people are talking about what happened and how bad it is. Instead of what you want to be talking about is how good it's going to get. Everything is starting in thought, and we know that these thoughts can travel as far as around the earth.
You do become what you think about most of the time. You also become what you say to yourself most of the time.
If you're a truck driver,
When you place an idea in your subconscious mind through repetition, it'll take root. It becomes fixed.
We now know from quantum physics that everything that we perceive is actually a thought that creates it and brings it into being.
A lot of people think about their goals all the time, and surprise, surprise, they create wonderful lives for themselves. Average people think about television and sports and socializing, and surprise, surprise.
See, most people are talking about what happened and how bad it is. Instead of what you want to be talking about is how good it's going to get. Everything is starting in thought. And we know that these thoughts can travel as far as around the earth.
You do become what you think about most of the time. You also become what you say to yourself most of the time.
that is. And I'm telling you, it's real. See, when you don't understand the law of this universe and understand that Hermes wasn't just telling us that just to write a book. Well, actually, Hermes didn't even write the book. Oh, the author of that poem that I started off with is Randolph Henderson, and he got a lot of books out, and now they is must read books. Yeah, yeah, and if you into reading, because a lot of people would like to listen, but if you're into reading, he got some good ones. But what I'm saying is everything is dealing with your thought because you are the mind of the universe. God, listen, God don't have no hands, no feet, no neck, no shoulders, no back, no legs, no intestines, no heart, no spleen, no veins and arteries, no brain, what we think of, skin. It don't have none of that. Okay. But it do have us. And what our connection is thought throughout the quantum universe. Throughout the whole entire universe, we connect by the brain into the mind. And the ideal places us in this existence, in this experience, is so divine. Even the top scientists and the brilliant minds, they can't figure it out. But they know that this thought process is part of creation. And if it's part of the creation, is as within, so without, as above, so below. This is how it works, man. And once you grab a hold of this love, then you're gonna be like, oh my God, this thing's we've been doing it all wrong. See? And we've been thinking to the better ourselves, but we're using all the tools to better ourselves, all the wrong tools to better ourselves. Now you use the right to connect with the divine. You ain't got to sell your soul. You ain't got to go through hardship and headache and anguish. You can sit down and really commune and develop and unfold into the mind of God. Such a beautiful thing. And that's what we need to be working on. Because God said, I will take care of you. I will provide for you. That's one thing. Can't nobody tell me. God will provide for you. He will make a way when there ain't no way. We'll open doors and you can walk in that was shut before. That's the promise. That's the promise. But you got to fill your mind with the right information, the right knowledge, so you can have something for the substance to feast on. Truth. And your consciousness got to be filled with wealth. And you got to practice these things to develop and protect the consciousness, the Christ consciousness that abides within you. And it's simple to do. When people get to a certain level, it just get easy as you go forward. Once you start practicing meditation and getting into different forms of meditation. And by this being Meditation Sunday, I got a treat for y'all on that. But what I'm saying is, all you got to do is renew your mind. And the way you do that, ask for the divine truth that is within you. And once you start going inside of you, it's going to start opening things up. And every video I'm trying to tell you that's where it's at. I don't care what no other philosophy in the world can open up the door of life until you go inside of your own self, your own divine self. And years and trillion years ago, they knew this. They knew it. They knew we was connected. And that's why it was always told, God was always told out that way. And what you got to, understand, just like Friedrich Nietzsche, he knew. All the peoples knew, man, that God was right here. You create God within you. You open the door, God come in. But you got to, you just got to let go of the outside. You got to truly let it go because it's not benefiting you. The way they think outside of God is not beneficial. It's not beneficial. And I'm finna show you. And I thank God for all wealthy people in the world. I thank God for them. I thank God for their practices and how they live and how they train and discipline themselves. I thank God for all of that. Because this is the reason why they wealthy, healthy, and successful. Let's go. Let me show you that.
Form of moving meditation, and they would look at things far away without speaking. And they would be focused on the sounds and the sights. So they'd be focusing on something external as they walk. That's a form of moving meditation. And it is meditation. Sometimes they would stop and pick up a leaf or a rock and just stare at it for 20 minutes. They would touch a tree and just look at a tree for 20 minutes or 15 minutes or 10 minutes, and that's a form of meditation. Next, they talked about going into a room and shutting the door and shutting the lights off and lighting a flame. And they would focus on that. Next, they would go into a room, shut the door, and put the record player on and listen to a particular piece of music and just focus on that music and focus on that music and focus on that music. That is also a form of meditation. Some would swim, although that wasn't as common, but they would go into a lap pool and just swim in this rhythmic manner. Slow, rhythmic movements, repeated, is a form of meditation. Chopping wood. I used to do this when I was young. In order to meditate, I would grab the axe on the wood pile and I would just chop wood for 20 minutes because you have to focus all your attention on this. Otherwise, you're going to chop your foot off. So it was focused and movement. So this is a form that the elites have done in the West. The other thing that the elites did, which was a form of meditation, not the technical, perfect meditation as I mentioned, is that they would pray. They would open up a Bible, again in the West, since Christianity was the most prevalent, and they would pick out a phrase. Remember, it is God who gives you the power to gain wealth. Or, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Above all things, I want you to prosper and be in health, just as your soul prospers. They would pick one phrase and they would read it and they would sit and close their eyes and they'd contemplate on that almost like a mantra. This is what wealthy people did. It was technically not perfect on the meditation technique, but it was very close and got 80% of the same results. Think about that. Very powerful.
See, when you take certain techniques to train the mind, then you on a level of creativity. See, we are one with the divine, okay? The know how to create is in us, but it's dormant because we wasn't raised up like the elite of this world was, with time to learn the right techniques to use the mind the right way. Now the information is out here for us to use the mind the right way. But here's the trick: what they did, they made you believe all this other stuff that somebody else outside of you gonna be able to save you, when you can save yourself by just understanding these two principles: the law of mind, cosmic law of mind, and the law of meditation. If you can understand these things right here and put a study on these things, and you can change your mind, because it's here and the universe has been pointed out, but we wasn't getting the information like we're supposed to. Now it's here. Now we know these little techniques in order to manifest for ourselves. See, that was the whole game. How could you have billions and billions of dollars, one person or one family have billions and billions of dollars, and other people barely can pay their rent? Okay, not judging, because I love the rich, I love everybody, but the whole thing is, what I'm saying is, they knew how to manifest by using their mind and understanding these little subtle things and techniques to do in order to tap into the higher self. And so if they know how to do it, then if you got 20 million, you could start you a corporation or business anywhere. Okay, when they decided to be rich, the universe say, okay, you decided to be rich, so here it is. I got to give it to you because you using the right tool. You using the law of mind. It's a cosmic law. So God got to honor the law. He can't go against the law. He won't go against the law. So when you understand your conscious, your imagination, your subconscious, and the superconscious, and how manifestation work or creation work, then you'll understand. Let me loose lip saintship. I can't say anything. I can't think just anything. You'll stop being so loose with things that you read, things that you watch, things that you hear, because these are the avenues on which ignorance can enter. So these things, these wealthy people, they they isolate themselves from any distraction that is different or from their goal. Whatever goal there is, they go and isolate themselves and get into these zones of meditation and reading different topics and feeling themselves, because they know if I put it in my heart, then I got it. If I got it and I speak on it, I think on it, and I'm being what is in me, then the universe automatically got to open that door. By default, it got to open that door. Everything, heaven and hell, heaven and earth pass away if it don't open that door. See, but the poor people don't know this. They rather look at the 49ers play. Salute, brother. Thank you. And so they rather look at 49ers play and not sit down and read a book on how to become wealth, think and grow rich, or some philosophy on how to develop their mind, because that's the most powerful tool on this planet. And if you develop and use it right, the universe is going to reward you, because you using the proper technique and the law of the universe. And we can't even fathom how big the universe is. But if this law is that important to the universe, don't you think we should be using it? And that's what we got to wake up to. All these things. Let me tell you something. I was in Mexico. We went to this place where they made chocolate, okay? And at the place, they had camels. So we went on a camel ride. It was a smooth trip. And we went on a camel ride, okay? But I noticed by the beach, it was a building on the cliffs up there. And I was like, dang, that's too big to be a house. Or maybe it is a house. But it was isolated. It was by itself. So the tour guide, I said, listen, what that house is up there about? He said, man, those people is weird, man. They're very weird, man. No TV, no internet, no lights, just sit in the house. I was like, bro, okay. I knew what they was doing, okay? But I knew by that being so big and humongous, they was wealthy. I knew that. And I knew that it was probably some kind of resort where they come and get and tap into the higher self. I understood that. But he didn't. He thought it was weird. And I understand that, because that's the way we've been trained to think. We don't think outside of the box, that it was doing something to benefit, and it probably ain't no telling how much wealth that was being generated from the substance of life into that building by just thinking and using the proper technique. That's what people got to realize. This body is more than just eating, sleeping, using the bathroom, and going to work, and occasionally going on vacation. It's more to this. And when you open your mind and think about how awesome you is, then you'll start researching. And this is very important to the universe. Why? Because every thought you throw out is helping somebody else. Okay? Every good usage of the law of mind is helping other people, because that's how we connect it. Frequency, vibration, and energy. Okay? All through the cosmology. And so once we get on that level, we will really understand. And it's not that they hid it. They just said, okay, we're gonna put it in places where you got to dig for it. If you want it, you got to get it. And that's why I tell people about the Bible. It's right there in the Bible. You can get it in the Bible if your mind's eye is open. If you've been meditating and trying to get your mind's eye open and understand and ask for truth, the truth, the spirit of truth will lead you to the things that will work for you in the Bible. Let me say that again. The spirit of truth will lead you to the things that will work for you. This thing called conscious and subconscious and imagination and superconscious is supposed to work for us. Okay? They don't supposed to be dormant. They supposed to be in usage. That's a law. Just like anybody, if you ain't using something, you get rid of it. But if you don't know you had it, it ain't your fault. But then what you need to do is learn that you have it, learn how to use it, and use it in a divine and righteous way, and watch your life flourish. Be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. What I tell people about the mastermind, listen, he had to go and learn and how to use this thing we call a body, mind, and the ego. He had to. He was Jesus before the Christ was blossomed inside of him. All of us got the capacity. Is no more God in Jesus than it is in you, me, or anybody else. What Jesus did, just sat down and learned how to develop the Christ consciousness within itself, Buddha consciousness. Buddha did the same thing. Muhammad did the same thing. Krishna did the same thing. Haru did the same thing. They sat down long enough to understand the universe is being a mirror to my thoughts. When I think, then it comes. When I speak, it happens. These folks started realizing that we are connected to the universe, and the universe is good. And then once they did that, then they start scribing and writing it down. But what we have to remember is that you got the power, I got the power, and this whole world is governed by the power. This is a spiritual universe. So if you want to change your life, change your mind. And your life is limitless, because once you back in harmony with the limitless, you finna move in the flow, I call it the vortex of divine life. You're no longer scrounging, surviving, because that is not eternal thinking. Listen, these people understood that God's way of thinking is this. This is love, life, success, prosperity, goodness, health, wealth, money. That's God thought. Man thought is struggle, pay rent, gotta buy it. Boy, you lesser. When you supposed to be up here with God thinking and thinking like God and sitting down and meditating and bringing the beauty of artistry. It's an art to create. Listen, when you create with your mind, you being an artist. You creating. And when you create, the universe is like, you don't find it. And when you found it, you divine, bro. And you're in the right place. And we can create all kinds of things because we all kinds of things, everything that's in them. So that's what we have to do. We got to realize how beautiful it is. How beautiful it is. And I love it. And I love it for all y'all. I want for y'all what I want for myself. So do. And with that being said, know thyself, love thyself, and be true to thyself. Peace and one love, one love, one love.